harness swim bait draws fish that other baits don't. There's been so many issues with all the harness baits that led us to want to make a bait that's better.
We identified a few different ways in which we could make, in our opinion, the best harness swim bait on the market. The Swag LT. To have a top hook line through, a bottom hook line through.
It has a hybrid wedge tail, so I'm able to burn it as fast as I can reel. It doesn't blow out, and I barely turn the handle and it keeps kicking. How many harness style swim baits will do that for you?
You can now use speed to engage fish, trigger strikes. Opens up the range of possibilities.
Smoked it, jeez.
Just a formidable new tool.
Devoured the swag. There's no question that fish off the bait was real, you know. Swag LT is gonna change the way you look at a harness swim bait. Part of my job is working with companies that help design new products, you know, stuff that we think is going to come to market and be a better product than what exists, or something that's totally revolutionary to catch more fish. And we've made a lot of changes, improvements to the current idea of a harness swim bait that existed.
Z-Man has a long history of making swim baits that have been proven over time. Traditionally, swim baits are tools that people use to draw fish from cover, to find fish. What we were trying to accomplish with this bait was a wide, side-to-side swinging action that would work at slow speeds, but also ideally at faster speeds as well.
The harness swim baits like this, really, you can fish them pretty much anywhere. You know, you catch them in open water. I've caught them on points. It's not isolated to being something you have to skip under a dock or where there's fish around. They'll bite it. And big ones will bite it.
One of the many things that sets apart the Swag LT versus all the other swim baits on the market is the tail. So we made a unique tail. We created a hybrid between a wedge tail and a T-tail.
Jose worked really hard on coming up with a lot of different tails and came up with this tail design that opens up the speed window, which is one of the biggest problems we've seen in a lot of the harness swim baits out there. They only really work right at one speed, whereas this bait, it works at any speed.
You can burn it or you can slow roll it.
And that tail design comes out of the very center of the bait. So we're gonna get a wag that doesn't torque the bait, causing it to plane off at all. Very true running bait. Very flat sides and a lot of density, so you can slide that bait just anywhere you want to get it to go. Probably the best skipping bait I've ever thrown.
The other really unique thing about our Swag LT lineup is the hook configurations.
It's a one-piece harness inside of it there that'll be polycarbonate.
And this internal harness gives you the ability to have a top hook line through or a bottom hook line through. The top hook line through works really well in cover.
The top hook has even surprised me. A lot more weedless than I even would have thought. It really comes through stuff extremely well.
If you're fishing riprap, the way this head is designed, it kind of bounces off the rocks and remains very weedless. We also give you the treble hook option. So this is a bottom hook treble that is also line through, connected to the harness. Your treble hook will come clipped.
The treble hook that's cut is designed to poke in. There's a little dot right here that will poke it into that little dot, and it's gonna hold.
So in this harness, there's two pieces of polycarbonate on the side that acts as kind of like a bowling lane bumper per se. So it prevents this hook from being able to rotate this way, and the two pins prevent the hook from being able to rotate this way. The result of this is a really secure connection, but it's one that still deploys very easily when you get a fish on.
Just hooks them really well, and the fact that it's a line through, once you hook a fish, that bait's gonna come up your line. Every fish you catch, that bait's gonna be up your line like that. The odds of losing it are near zero. It's made out of ElaZtech.
These things are extremely durable. And also with our design philosophy, we've built all the technology into the bait to kind of get rid of that constant nuance of, you know, adjusting your hooks, and you can just focus on fishing. We're fishermen, and we understand that details are really important. We have a variety of really nice hand-painted designs. In some of them, we've added some photo print detail to give it some of the natural texturing and shadow.
The paint's not gonna come off of these, so you're gonna be able to fish a bait for a long time, and it doesn't have glued on eyes.
So it gives you something that's gonna be really durable, that's gonna catch fish and look like the forage you're looking to replicate. So in this program, we have two sizes of the Swag LT. We have a 5-inch and we have a 6-inch.
You can see the size difference in those two baits right there. It gives you options of getting really clear water, or you're around really small bait fish, you can throw this.
On a spinning rod, skipping it under docks, really top hook. Deadly, that thing there, that is a fun bite.
You know, you want something bigger with more draw, that 6-incher is gonna get it for you.
So there's one last feature of this bait I wanna talk about, and that is a chamber that we put in the back of the bait. You can do a variety of things with this. You can put a little tungsten weight. If you want it to run a little deeper, you could put scent in here or a rattle.
That was the motivation here, not to make a bait like somebody else, but to make the best bait in category. I really think we nailed it with this bait. You know, the stability, the hooking options, the durability, put them all into one package and made the best harness swim bait out there.
There's no hook modifications you need to do. There's no harness modifications. You just run the line through this harness, you tie this hook on, and you're ready to go. And because of the versatility of the large speed windows, because of the different hook configurations, after many years of working on this project, we came up with the Swag LT, which we believe is the best swim bait in this category.